So, this is my best friend's Lexmoto Adrenaline. It's a 2017 fuel injection version, and it's having real starting and idling issues after a crash. I can show you. It's got a new fuel pump, new lambda sensor, new a lot of little bits, so I know it should be ready to go. I've set the clearences, they're absolutely spot on perfect. It's got a new spark, and this happens. Fresh fuel, the whole lot. So, for a few weeks, this really puzzled me. And I had a lot of people saying that it was the TPS, which is the throttle position sensor, and that's this little, what's it down here? I'm hoping it's light enough for you to see that. And that basically tells your engine what the input from here is, what you're doing. And what that would mean is that if it's getting an incorrect input, when you try and start the bike, it would think that you're cracking the throttle open already, and that would of course fuck with it. But that didn't feel right. And I just, for the life of me, I couldn't find out what the problem was. I did so much research. I know these bikes come from a factory. I can't pronounce it, but I know it's spelled Qingqi. So I was looking at it under its real name, the Tracker, or the Pioneer as well, but I just couldn't find the information until bought one of these little bastards. £8, eBay, works for cars and motorcycles, plugs into this slightly corroded socket here, which looks a little bit jank, and I was very worried because it's only got 3 leads going into it, bearing in mind how many connector ports it's got, but works brilliantly. This little shit speaks cheap Chinese electronics, and it translates everything to English. Brilliant, love it. And what that allowed me to do, I will show you. Now that I've got it plugged in, you see it's got one light, and what I need to do is turn the ignition on. You hear the fuel pump going, but do not turn the engine over, just let it sit. And then I can connect see what happens. What's going on here? Back fast. There you go. Connected. Sometimes it doesn't work straight away, and it asks for a passcode, and that's normally 0000 or 1234. Very basic. And now what I can do is go onto here, and I can either do diagnostic trouble codes, and there's two ways to read this really. There's either this one or this one, and that's basically the first one, but a more invasive, full-on scan, and that's what I'd always recommend. It takes much longer, but there's no point scanning if you're not going to scan properly, as far as I'm concerned. I would only ever clear them if you're 100% sure you've sorted them out. Admittedly, when you restart the bike after you've cleared them, if they're still problematic, it should notice them again, but you never know. And you could be hiding faults if that happens and it doesn't find them. But the point is, what I'm now going to do is look at live data. I'm going to go to separate, I don't want combined, because that's just going to show me loads of shit at the same time, and I only want to look at one value. And I'm going to go to 1, which will give me one chart, and I'm going to go to where are we? Throttle position. And now, on all vehicles, there should be somewhere between 12 and 80, from what I've been told. Don't know what's showing, intake air temp, whatever. Unfortunately, I can't turn this one because I'm actually missing my cable, but I can turn this down here and affect the chart. And what I'm hoping for now is a really smooth up and down curve, and that will tell me that this is behaving. you go. And down again. Beautiful, look at that, so smooth. And that tells me that the throttle position sensor is just fine. And just to clarify, what I was just doing was twisting that like that really smoothly, but going like that. And as you can see, shows on the chart. And that told me that that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So I thought, what's going on here? So, next I was looking at all sensors, and I was just looking at everything. And I realised where are we? Oh god, I'm looking at the wrong thing, I'm sorry. What? Oh, here you go. 117? What? You're talking shit. 117 degrees? Fuck off, mate. But I thought, hang on, it's only a sensor, you know, unless it's got an automatic shut-off, why would that matter? But that's me. I'm used to carburetors. This is fuel injection, and it has an auto choke. Da! That means that this little bastard, because it's reading such a high temperature, it's forcing the bike to start lean as shit when it first turns over. And I shouldn't have pulled that out. What that results in is this. I'm now screwing the new one in. This is the old one, it's a bit tarnished. You can see that shiny stuff on there is copper grease. It's important you put that on there, otherwise it will seize in the head because of how hot this gets. And of course this is aluminium and this looks like brass, so they'll expand and contract at different rates, and that's a recipe for seizing. I would highly recommend that you screw this into the head with this loose, otherwise this will get constricted as you spin it into space. It's a 13mm spanner. It's the only tool you need to do this. And I would imagine that brass is harder than aluminium, so I'm going to be careful about screwing this in, because as the same with the spark plug, if you're too hard you'll shred the thread, but you won't be shredding the thread of the spark plug, you'll be shredding the thread on your head, and that's no fun. That's no fun at all. That's in. I'm just gonna plug this in off camera because it's an absolute shit. Now then, look at this. Jump in between 24 and 25, that's exactly what I want to see. Much better. Shiny new sensor, we're all the way in. I've checked the fault codes, nothing's come up. Let's see what happens, shall we? That wasn't smoke there, that was just moisture being ejected from the exhaust when I revved it. Yeah, feeling pretty smug. Quite happy with that. Huge amount of time, and 18 quid it cost for that part. All sorted, bike's happy as Larry. Sound a little bit rough there, but that was completely cold. Once it's been running for 30 seconds to, well, I wouldn't even say a minute, I'd say 30 to 50 seconds. Irons right out, slows down a little bit. Admittedly it's the EFI, so it still ticks over way higher than my carb. But yeah, I've been ragging it around just to make sure it's 100% good, and yeah, he's getting it back tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Well, I hope I've helped. I'd say leave a like and a subscribe, but I'm not looking for a following. I just thought I'd put this video up in case anybody's encountered the same issue. Alright, cheers cunt, see ya.
What is going on here?